Hello and welcome to a video overview of how to create a YouTube slideshow using YouTube. In this video, I will be showing you two different ways to make a YouTube video slideshow. After signing into your YouTube account, go over to the Upload button and click on it. Once you click on it, you will see on your screen an area where it says Create Videos. You're going to want to click on Photo Slideshow and the Create button. Once you do that, it will take you to a list of photos you've already used, or you can go ahead and upload photos. This is the option I'm going to use. So I'm going to click on Upload Photos, and then I'm going to select photos from my computer, and I already have some files saved, some photos saved. So you'll want to do that first. Have the photos that you want for your slideshow saved to your computer. And I have mine saved on my desktop. And what I'm going to do is create a video slideshow about the writing process. So I already have a folder called the writing process. And I created these slides in Google Slides first and then turned them into image files. So I'm going to go ahead and open this folder, and I'm going to select all of these images. Okay. I clicked on one and then I do Control A. That selects them all, and I'm going to click Open, and then they are uploading right now into my photo slideshow. So I can rearrange the photos if they're not in the right order. I actually put these in the correct order, but you do want to make sure, even if you put them in the correct order in your folder, that they're in the correct order. So for example, if the pre-writing process wasn't in the correct order, I could click and drag it, but it was in the right order there. So now that I have these in the right order, I'm going to go down to Next. Okay. And right now, as you can see, it's panning and zooming. That's the default. I don't want that pan and zoom slide effect, and the duration is only 3 seconds per slide. So I'm going to change those. I'm going to change the slide effect to none. I just want them to not pan and zoom, and you'll see that it will just last for 3 seconds. Go to the next one. I want the duration to be 6 seconds per slide, to give people enough time to look at those. And the transition is crossfade. I'm okay with that. If I wanted to change that transition to something else, there are some other options I could do, like vertical blinds, and I'll pick that one so you can see what that one looks like. And it's going through the first slide. Remember, I changed it to 6 seconds, so there's a vertical blinds transitioning to the next slide. And right now there's no audio featured on this, but if I do want an audio track, I can click no audio if I don't want an audio track, or I could find something and I could search for some background music. And it does tell me that this is 48 seconds long. I can see that right here. So I do want to make sure that I have a song in the background that's at least 48 seconds, and that shouldn't be a problem. Looks like most of these are way over 48 seconds. So I could click this End of Summer one, or I could search for something. And I probably want to preview that first and see what that sounds like. But if we do, I'm going to zoom this over to the end here so you can hear that it will automatically fade out the song at the end. So that's a nice feature of this. It will fade it out. Even though this End of Summer song is 1 minute and 49 seconds long, it fades it out at the end of my slideshow, which is only 48 seconds, my video slideshow here. So I'm done with this, and that was all I had to do to make sure that my slideshow is done. So now that I'm done picking the music, putting the slides in order, picking my slide duration, the slide effects, and the transitions, I just have to click Upload. And it's going to upload to my YouTube account. And it's processing the video right now. And when it's done, I'll click Publish. and will be ready for me to share out with a link. I'll click publish, and here's the link that I can share out with others so that they can view this slideshow. The second way to go ahead and create a video slideshow is to go ahead and go into the Creator Studio of YouTube. To do that, I clicked on my picture here, or your default icon in the upper right corner. Go to Creator Studio, and once you click on Creator Studio, you're going to go down to Create on the left side navigation panel under Creator Studio. You have all these different options. We're going to click on Create, and the default is for it to go to the audio library, but we're going to pick Video Editor. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and create a new project because it's using my last project that I was playing with earlier. And so what I would do is, it's starting from scratch here. We have a timeline down here for putting in items, and we can put in videos here or photos. So if I want to create a photo video slideshow, I would first go up to this camera icon and click on it, and I'm going to add photos to my project. So it's very similar to what we did with the first option of creating a photo slideshow. So I click on this Add Photos to Project. I'm going to go to Upload Photos because I already have a folder on my desktop with the photos that I want to put into this slideshow. I click on Select Photos from my computer. And in this case, this is for a social studies class. The last one I did was the writing process. This one's going to be propaganda posters having to do with World War II. Okay, so I'm going to open that. I'm going to select one of these and then do Control A for all of them and click on Open. That will upload all of these photos, and they're all here. Now I do have to drag these and add them to my timeline. I can do it by dragging them, and then I would have to click on this camera or video camera icon to go back to them, and I could click on the plus sign to add them as well. Okay, I'll just add all of these in. And once I've added all the photos in, we can see the default is for each photo to last 5 seconds. Okay, if I don't like that time for one of them, maybe I want this one to last a little longer, I can drag this one out to 9 seconds. So this is the difference between creating a photo slideshow this way and the way I showed you earlier. With this method, going into the Creator Studio and then the Create area here, I get more options. So with the first way I showed you how to create a photo slideshow using YouTube, all of your photos are automatically going to be the same length. By doing it here, I can pick different lengths for each photo. So this one, for example, I'm letting it last 9 seconds. This one's only 5 seconds. This one I could do, maybe I don't want it to be 5 seconds, maybe I want it to be shorter. So I have that option. I have more options here than I did with the first way of creating it. Once I decide this is how I want it, I can also add filters. So if I want all of it to be black and white, or that old-fashioned, I could do old-fashioned, black and white. So I can add those filters in, whereas with that first way of creating the photo slideshow, I didn't have those options. I can also overlay text onto my photos. So if I want some text, I would click on text and then enable text, and I could go ahead and put some text on here like pay attention to the car. Okay, and obviously that's not going to fit across the whole thing, so I would probably want to change the size to extra small so that kind of fits in there. Maybe that's a little too small. I guess it's going to be the right size. So, and that goes across right here. And the banner position, I could put it to the top so that it's higher up. And so I can alert students to what I want them to pay attention to. Now, you don't have to put photos for content. You could also create a photo slideshow showing off student work in your classroom. And if you want the pan and zoom feature here, you can change the pan and zoom feature by going to quick fixes and then doing the checkbox here for pan and zoom, and it gives you that pan and zoom effect for each one. You would have to select all of them though, because these are individual. This one doesn't have pan and zoom, so I would have to go and click on each one in the timeline and do that pan and zoom if I wanted that effect. Okay. If the photo happened to be the wrong way, I have the option of rotating the photo. So if I wanted it to be this way, obviously it was the right way already, so I'll rotate it back. And then finally, we have the option to have music as well. So I would click on this music note, and then click down here, or click up here on the music note, and I could search for an audio track or just pick one of the ones that's already listed. So let's just say I want this one right here. Well, actually, this is about war, so let's see if there's anything having to do with war. And maybe I want this song, this Tears of War, so I would click the plus sign. That moves it into the audio track, and it does end it right here at the end. And it will start playing the music. And unfortunately, it will not fade out the music like it did with the first option that I showed you. So that is something to be aware of. And you do want to make sure you pick a audio track that is longer than your photo slideshow or at the same length, because if you pick one that's shorter, then it's going to end before your video slideshow ends. Once you're done with all of this, you click on the Create Video button, and will start processing your video. And then once it's done, you can get that link for it and share it with your students or anyone else and put it on your web page or in one of your learning management systems. And that's how you make a video slideshow using YouTube. Thank you for watching.